We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're
Sorry
back.
about that, folks. It looks like that was not actually, I don't think, an issue with my computer, but an issue with our internet, unfortunately. So
Mm.
hopefully that doesn't continue.
The World Wide
And I'll
Web.
give us a second. Hopefully people find us again. It sucks so much when that happens and we get taken down in that way.
That does suck.
Yes.
That's what we in the business call the butts nuts.
Should I tweet something?
I mean, that's the question I ask every single time I think of it. Anytime I say anything in real life where my brain has a thought, I'm like, should I tweet?
I'm not
Should I
like
do that as a post?
I'm sure not like finding it when I go. Oh, hey, there's Abby. No, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
It does absolutely suck. Thank you for finding it again. I don't know. I think that was it's just our internet. We lost the connection for some reason, and I don't know why.
We're all just trying to do our best and make it out here.
You know, yeah, I did a lot of prep and stuff for a show that was very different from what we have to do now. But I'm not even finding it on our page now. It's not showing us.
It's on our page. I found it.
I'm
looking at the.
Okay, great.
I'm looking at the screen right.
Well, then I won't worry about it.
Yeah.
Back to talking about making that beautiful cake, maybe.
Thank you for having notifications on. We were talking. I don't know what you caught, what you heard. Cassie and he made some fantastic cupcakes recently, and we're all.
They were so
jelly.
good.
Speaking of baking, do we want to maybe go into the thing that we're doing tonight on the show?
Let's do it.
Do we just want to alternate tips? So here's what has happened.
Tell us.
Cassini and Nick, aka me, aka Nick Sanchez, we have both written 10 tips or activities each to do during the quarantine. Oh, I just dribbled all over myself.
Interesting.
I'm salivating thinking about it, personally.
Yeah,
I can't wait to find out. I need shit to do.
Yeah, so what are they?
For me, it's like, what is the hottest thing? What are the hottest things you can do?
Oh,
so for me, it was not that. So this will be good. This will be things that you can do that are hot, and these are things that you can do that are not.
Oh, okay.
Some of mine are hot. One of them decidedly cold.
I can't wait to hear.
So
yeah, you'll figure it out. So Cassie, how about you go first, because I know that you've written more than I have.
Okay. My first activity is to yank your hog.
Be careful if you have second-degree burns.
Nick yourself.
Yeah.
Nicking yourself. What else would you call it, Nick?
Taking a cum.
Taking a cum. We would call it pushing your buttons.
Mm-hmm.
We would call it.
We could call it just going to town on your nonsense.
We could call it auto-zoning.
Get in the zone.
You could call it getting your zone expertly blasted, as I called it on Twitter last night. I want to thank my roommate and my brother for helping me out with that tweet.
Excellent work. Excellent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just, it's just like quarantine is a very like uncertain, sort of like stressful time. And I just feel like really rubbing one out can really just like put things back into perspective. It's just like you're home.
Yeah. And it's also a great opportunity to re-explore your body. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like we lose touch.
For your body.
We're all in the rat race, all the time. And it's time to reflect on what you really are into in terms of, getting your stuff batted around.
Sure.
I'm rearranging my own guts. I'm an independent woman. I can rearrange my own guts if I want.
Yeah.
All right, next tip. What you got, Nick?
talk to your roommates. Depending on how well you get along, this could take anywhere between 5 minutes and the whole day.
We're clinking over here.
This is, you're sitting around, you're thinking, what would I like to do?
Yeah.
And talking to your roommates, if you have one or multiple, or even if it's just yourself, I'm sure you have a mirror or some still water you could look at yourself in. So that's
conversation, sparkling.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, of course, at some point you're going to run out of new things that you can talk about because you're only experiencing so much throughout the day. But hopefully, these tips will help you come up with new conversation topics.
Yeah,
and that's why I said when you start to run out of things to say, go back to tip number 1.
Yeah,
and then talk about that with your roommates.
Yeah,
if they're interested.
Yeah, make sure that's cool.
Yeah. That's a great tip. That's
Thank
great.
You.
That's a good.
Is that what you say when you're doing your first tip?
When it's just the tip, yes.
It's just the tip.
Yeah. That's a great
GFW,
tip.
It's just the tip. Reaction GIF.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
So my second tip is give yourself or someone in your apartment a haircut. My roommate gave me a haircut yesterday. Doesn't it look great?
It
does look
so
good. Yeah.
I did compliment it earlier. You look like the teacher from recess. I love it.
It's great. Like I often just cut my own bangs. And I just use craft scissors for that. It gives me such a thrill. And the great thing about quarantine is like you don't know when you're going to leave your apartment next. So who fucking cares? Your hair will grow, chop it off, give yourself a thrill, live in the moment, seize the day.
I hear that, but I will not get a thrill from that. I had to stop cutting my own bangs in high school when I sort of gave myself a little chicken bang. It was very cute with my little scene vibe,
I love to cut my own bangs. I have never
experienced. But you're talented and cute.
What?
With your little scissors, you do a good job. It's different.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to just sort of like pull it out and just take a hack and just see what happens.
I cut my own hair for years.
It's true.
But I haven't been cutting it as much lately.
Now I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it count for your pubes?
Correct.
Ooh.
Okay, it does? Okay, great. Cool.
Definitely talk to your roommates, cut their pubes, talk about it. We're sort of building on top of each other. This
Get
is sort
an
of
at-home wax kit. Live life.
It's sort of, women supporting women. We're standing on the shoulders of each other. To get through this.
Yeah, I would say most of my activities are about women supporting women.
Yeah. Abby just commented, shaving my head was very hot and fun.
Yeah.
Oh, agree.
Yeah, great.
Absolutely agree.
We're all on the same page.
I feel truly seconds away from shaving my head at any given moment. Seconds.
I've been on that train for like a year now. Yeah.
But you were just talking about letting it grow out.
Yeah, I'm restless. It's been like 6 or 7 months like this. I need to change. And I don't know. I don't know if I go
One
shorter
direction
or
or the
longer.
other. Yeah.
I feel the same way. I literally was like, am I going to let my hair grow out? And then 2 days later, I said, I'm shaving it. I'm shaving it all.
Yeah. Well, you could do one and then the other.
Nick, you want to take us to the next tip?
Yeah. So my second tip is do a video chat. Not everyone is at your house. Everyone else in the whole world is alone and afraid and frustrated and sad. They want to hear from people that they like. Chances are, if you ask someone you are friends with in life if they want to talk to you via video chat, they will say, yes, please God, I'm so bored.
Yeah.
So, like, nobody has plans. You know what I mean?
One thing that I'm struggling with is people are basically banging down my virtual door. Will you please talk to me? Talk to me. I want to talk to you. And it's like, I don't have an excuse to get out of it.
Yeah, no, we're in a. So what I've been doing is I've been like, oh, I have another video chat to do.
Oh, now Nick, you said that to me.
I said that to Harper. I said that to you guys today. I had multiple video chats before we did this show today.
Yeah, I was
so
Nick, it sounds like you're booked and busy. Like none of this, like I got nothing to do.
No, you misunderstand. During the day, I got almost nothing but time, and we'll get into what I've been spending my time doing during the day.
Yeah, and but it's also like in a way almost insulting to me because I'm just sitting here. Also, I haven't heard from you,
Harper. Everybody's just sitting there.
Sure,
everybody in the whole world is just sitting there.
Okay, so
but also there is technically tasks I have to do, so I can't like video chat all the time. But I'm in there. I'm getting, sometimes you got to do it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like tough because it's like people are like, oh, I want to FaceTime soon, and I'm like, oh, I might be in my laundry room. I can't. I might be standing just somewhere else in my apartment where I can't. Like, what do you say?
No, I get it. You're like, I might just be not me because I'm desperate for constant contact. But yeah, I do get being like, I might just want to be sitting alone with my thoughts.
Yeah, and sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
But like, I'll say, don't be afraid to reach out if you're in a moment of I have nothing to do. I don't want to do
Nick,
anything.
I'm video chatting you tomorrow.
I mean, we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
I've watched a few movies with people. You know what I was thinking earlier today? I was seeing somebody say The Nanny isn't on any streaming services, so how am I supposed to watch it? And I started thinking, what if the Secret Handshake Discord was The Nanny streaming service? And I just started streaming Nanny episodes in the Secret Handshake Discord.
And I love that, and I want to be part of it. Obviously.
What if that happened, allegedly? That's the thing I've been thinking about. I might set that up.
Allegedly.
Also, it looks like on Monday, the Nanny cast is doing a table read and a virtual table read.
Mm-hmm. Which is part of what made me think about this.
Yeah, I'll be doing that on Monday.
Yeah, we have the whole series on DVD, so it would be a little bit of a hassle for me to set up the DVD player in here, but I could do that and stream episodes.
Let us know in the chat
to the Discord. If anybody would want to do that, maybe we'll make a schedule.
And honestly, if you won't, we'll probably still do it because I'm gonna want to watch The Nanny.
Yeah.
Here's a mashup idea for a TV show: Nanny Phantom. Is that anything?
I honestly love it.
Mm-hmm.
Where Fran plays, she gets sucked into a very strange machine. She gets bright white hair and glowing green eyes. She's Ghost now. All of it. The whole nine.
Flushing Queens.
So Cassie, let's hear tip number 3 from you.
All right, my tip number 3 is watch a YouTube montage of local commercials. Now, I'm from Wichita, Kansas. Okay, so the local commercials, they're rich. There's heart and depth there.
We're talking Spangles.
Hey, Harper and I are both from Wichita. We know.
Did you say Spangholes?
We're talking Spangles.
Spangles. It just tastes better.
$2.99.
Oh yeah,
come on.
Wait, are you guys singing the Star Spangled Banner?
In many ways, Nick. Yes.
Personally, one of my favorites, which Nick, you might know this, being from Oklahoma. From our farm to our store, From our farm to our store, only Brahms gives you more. Only Brahms gives you so much more. You know
Absolutely,
that.
I know the Brahms theme. Absolutely. Only Brahms gives you so much more.
It's like in the quarantine, I'm steeped in nostalgia. I'm just, all I can do is think. I'm thinking. The thoughts are racing. I'm spiraling, looping. I might as well just add a commercial jingle in there to make it interesting.
I love it.
That's odd because in the quarantine, my mind is blank. It is an empty void. You go into my mind and there is nothing. There is zero. There is zilch, and I'm having to fill it with
White walls.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's my third tip.
That's your third tip. Okay,
I love
great.
that tip.
Thank you.
Wonderful tip.
Can I call out a YouTube video that I've been enjoying watching?
Hit it.
I've watched a couple of videos of a person restoring old like Game Boys. They're very good.
There's a little bit of ASMR, a lot of
It's
of
like almost
little
ASMR.
detail.
The guy doesn't talk at all, but then
Okay,
it's just like a bunch of different shots of like very carefully taking the things apart and cleaning it all off and like getting rid of the yellowing on the plastic, replacing a part if it's broken or whatever. It's very satisfying to go from the like junk like $2 Game Boy Color or whatever to like the fully working, beautiful, looks like it's brand new working one. It's good. They're like 20-minute long videos. They're good. That's what I've been into on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's a great suggestion.
We have another tip.
Yeah, let's go to my tip number 3. My tip number 3, imagine you can fly. Now,
I've been there, brother.
I don't mean thinking it would be cool to fly. I mean really picture it. Really imagine it. Straight up, write down the mechanics of how you would fly.
Figure it out.
How fast you would go. What tasks you could perform while flying that you can't do anchored to the land. What new dangers await you being a flying individual? What dangers are you avoiding by flying that you would otherwise be in danger of while on the ground? These are the things that you can do. These are the things you can spend your time doing while in quarantine. What do you guys think?
That sounds like creative journaling.
I fully endorse this idea. Okay. Full disclosure, I've been having extremely detailed dreams in the quarantine.
Okay.
Like, fucking packed. And a dream that I had recently, I could fly, which I often have dreams about flying because it's the superpower that I would choose hands down. If I could do it, I would do it immediately.
How would you fly with your hands down?
Not everyone flaps their wings to fly, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm not flapping, Nick.
Name one thing that doesn't flap its wings to fly that is a living thing.
That is a living thing?
That is a living thing that does not flap its wings to fly.
Well, Buzz Lightyear.
Hey.
Buzz Lightyear not alive.
What?
What? I saw those movies, Nick.
Pilots.
They were fictional presentations, not documentaries.
Iron Man.
Iron Man, fictional guy, not real.
I'm lost then.
Dandelion fluff.
That's not flying, that's floating. It's falling the stuff.
Okay, Nick, you're kind of moving the goalposts here, but...
I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm not moving the goalposts.
Most raptors glide, Nick.
Most raptors glide?
Yeah, Nick, most raptors glide.
Most rappers glide, Nick.
Did I say raptors fly?
Nick,
I never said raptors.
Most raptors glide, actually.
That's fine by me. That does not steal from my argument at all.
Well, sounds like it does.
They do lift their arms.
So what's our next tip?
Our next tip is from me. I gotcha. This is a great one. This is one of my favorite ones. Go outside. Stay away from people. Admire a tree.
It is good.
Ching, ching, ching.
Simp for a tree.
What?
Simp for a tree.
Oh, I'm out here simping for a tree all day. That's the only thing I have.
If you've watched our Secret Handshake, top 100 people, places, things, concepts, I nominated trees, and I stand by it.
Did trees get on the list?
Trees made it maybe top 20.
I think it was top 20.
Yeah, I think they might have been like top 10. I will say even better, organize it in such a way that while you admire the tree, you admire a cloud. Just frame it. Just frame it.
Ooh. I get a thrill. I get such a thrill looking at a tree. I gotta tell you, and you know what? Spring is sprung. The trees are blooming.
Sprung.
I just
trees are
checked.
sprung.
We put trees at number 6.
Hey, I was gonna say top 10, but I was like, I don't remember if that's true.
Yep, number 6. I just checked.
I went on a walk today. The first walk I've ever been on, being in quarantine. I've been in my apartment 20 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I haven't been on a walk because I like walks, but they're not my favorite. I gotta be honest.
Sure.
But I went on one and I gotta say that I loved it. And I gotta say, I saw a tree. Boy, I was moved. It was a great time. So I highly recommend it.
I love it. I think, you know what? I have a very similar tip on my list that I'm just going to skip to right now. It was further down, but I'm just going to skip to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll get back. Mine is go to the backyard. You know, not everybody has a backyard. I am lucky enough to be a yarded individual.
Yeah.
And going to that yard, going outside, you can do this too. But if you have a yard, it's an A+ move, truly, in this time.
Yeah, I'm jealous of both of you having that yard life.
Yeah,
we sort of do, but you can't hang out there. It's not the same.
Yeah.
I've been working from the stoop, which I can do because our stoop doesn't like face out to the road. Mm-hmm. You two know that, but yeah.
Yeah, we're getting the scoop right now.
Yeah, so I've been sitting on our stoop, which is kind of in the yard.
Mm-hmm. Well, but also there's been construction happening at the building next to us, which I think they've finally stopped this week, maybe.
It's been so weird that it's going on.
It went on weirdly long, like a week longer than you would think it would have. So there were like a bunch of guys out there for the last few weeks. Well, I mean, it's been for a while, but I mean, yeah. So that's odd.
One thing that I would recommend when going outside is dress poorly for the weather. Here's what I'm talking about. Yesterday and today, it was like 45, 43 degrees outside here in New York.
Cold.
It was cold. I went outside in nice short athletic shorts and a tank top. Never felt more alive.
I was going to say, is this just like to feel something?
Yeah,
it's absolutely to feel something. It is like you feel like you are a human being in the world when you go outside like that right now. And honestly, I think people need that. People need to remember that they are thinking, feeling, visceral human beings in the world today.
A bit of a guest star there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a little guest star. It's actually my barber. Hey.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Welcome to the show.
Another guest.
Getting the Ritz
exciting! Second client.
Ooh.
Wow. Appearance.
Ooh, wow. Looking fresh. You did a great job on both of them.
Incredible.
Both of us models.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Amazing.
Great job.
It looks so good.
Hey, nice to see you all.
Thanks. Like nothing on the show.
Wow, the stars are out tonight, folks. You get all the guest stars.
Broadway's own.
Cassini, pop us up with that next tip.
All right, my next tip. Listen to every cast recording of the musical Rent.
At the same time?
If you want to absolutely lose your marbles, yes. But if you just want to, feel something, individually.
Yeah, we both had ones that something back to back. We both had tips about feeling something back to back. That's nice. That's good.
Yeah. The movie soundtrack of Rent and the original Broadway soundtrack of Rent, I could listen to both of them. I know them both. We have been listening to the musicals and absolutely singing our little hearts out, and it's been a joy.
Yeah.
It's been really great.
What about the recording that I did by myself?
I haven't listened to that one as much, but
Do you not think it's good?
Have a good laugh.
Do you not think it's good?
Do you have a next tip?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can move on from that. My next tip is take a really long shower. Look.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Look, you're not wasting water because you're only showering every 3 days anyway.
It's a really good tip.
So the one you're allowed to take can be the one you take is allowed to be long as hell. That's my opinion.
I think you're absolutely right.
It's a good tip.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know something that I love personally?
Mm-hmm.
My landlord pays for the water, so I'm running the faucets just for fun, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I'm taking a shower. I've been taking baths. I have a bath. I'm very privileged to have a bath.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the bath. I'm taking a shower. I'm running.
Now you have a bath instead of a bed, right?
What?
You have a bath instead of a bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is true. I do have to sleep in the tub.
Maybe that's why you've been having those dreams. You said in the dreams you're drowning.
Yeah.
That's an interesting theory. I don't know if that checks out, but I'll definitely talk to someone about it.
Okay. I don't know where.
You want to give us the next tip, Cassidy?
Yeah, then my next tip is put on a puppet show of the Democratic debates.
No. Next tip.
No, is this improvised or are you using the actual transcript from the?
I think you can do both. I think you could do different versions. Do you want sort of an uncut, sort of raw, improvised, I'm really trying to embody the character. Is it that sort of work, or is the work, honoring the script and trying to reimagine it in a quarantine in a post-quarantine world, like
doing the do you put it in a different setting, like ancient Roman Democratic debates or space Democratic debates
or hip-hop Democratic debates.
You're just doing Hamilton.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
So but it's fun. I thought Harper would enjoy this because I know that Harper loves puppets.
I do like
that
puppets.
Is true.
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
a
of course.
puppet guy too.
Nick likes puppets. We're all
offended that we wouldn't think he's a puppet guy.
Nick, how many?
I'm a puppet guy too.
Yeah, how often have you heard somebody push into a conversation and go, whoa, 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 I'm a puppet guy too?
Yeah. Hey.
Whoa, don't leave me out of this conversation. I'm a puppet guy too.
I'm a puppet head. Put your head inside the puppet head, absolutely.
I'm a puppet head. That means I got a damn hand inside me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, that actually, yeah.
No.
I'm getting absolutely fingered over here. I'm a goddamn puppet.
You can make a puppet out of anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm, who's the syrup? I'm Bernie Sanders. You can have a great time.
Because Vermont, they make a lot of syrup.
Yeah.
Senator from Vermont.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It made a lot of sense.
Thinking. Is she thinking? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Thank you. Moving on.
Cool.
My number 6, and this is a sort of a sort of callback. Do a puzzle.
Hey.
Ooh.
The only argument
in the audience. We got our puzzle.
The only argument I have for doing a puzzle is keep your mind sharp by pissing it off.
You do get really pissed off. I find myself pissed off, but in an exciting way.
Yeah, I turn into a real pissed off waltz.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
Doing the puzz.
Doing the puzz.
Gotta get that puzz.
Yeah.
All right. My next
Columbus. Go ahead.
My next tip: embroider a piece of clothing with boobies.
Yeah.
Now the word or the picture?
Either, but I was really thinking the picture, just because boobies are pretty simple to draw, pretty simple to draw on a piece of fabric, and then just follow the lines with a embroidery thread and needle if you have those things.
Mm-hmm. And also, if you're running short on thread, you make them small. If you've got plenty of thread, you make them big.
Hey, titties, good titties. Let's say we're pro here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's my I don't know how many we've done. 1, 2, 3, 7th tip.
I think that is your 7th tip, I believe. Yeah. My 7th tip is get into a hobby unsustainably. Look,
Ooh, Harper loves that.
When we come out of the other side of this, we're not going to have nearly as much time to do the things that we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for example, at the start of this quarantine, I was a party member of one D&D campaign, right? Since quarantine has started in the past 2 weeks, I have agreed to 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that one takes off.
I'm really hoping that one takes off too.
Yeah.
But I've got 3 others in the tank. And it is, I can already tell, it is unsustainable. And I have agreed to DM one of the 4.
Wow.
It's like,
that's a lot.
It's all happening over here.
Yeah. I was very excited to see someone else offering to DM someone.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, yes.
Because D&D is a thing that you can do over video chat.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And there's so many good tools for it now too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So if you've always been like, yeah, I really want to get it into X hobby or X, whatever it is, now's the time to get so deep into it that in 9 months' time, whenever we get it on the other side of this, you'll be like sick of it. Then you never have to do it again. Or you'll find a new thing that you love. That's my tip.
Great. Love that
good one. I like that one.
All right. This is my next tip. This has been going around a lot, but I wanted to put a little spin on it, all right? Make any kind of bread, okay? And then give your whole apartment communion.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. You gotta get the flour though. Did you already have flour in the house, or were you able to get it at the store? As I understand,
yeah, I was
hard to come by.
I was able to get flour at the store. You know what? Right now, I'm gonna shout out my grocery store.
Do
Key
it.
Foods off the Clinton Washington stop. Hey, they're doing a fucking incredible job.
I can vouch for that Key Foods. That used to be my grocery store. I love it.
It's an amazing grocery store. And I've been there maybe 4 times since we've been stuck inside. The first time it was ransacked a lot, but every other time it's been extremely stocked. The employees are absolutely wonderful. They are very helpful. It's great. They did have flour and sugar. Some stuff that wasn't there when I've gone to other trips, when I've gone back, it's there. So they're doing a great job. I just think it's fun to dress up like a priest and spoon feed someone bread and wine.
No, I love that idea. My little ears perked right on up. We will. I'll probably do that. Although knowing me, I'm gonna go to do it, and Harper's gonna do one of these.
I'm gonna ask for the blessing.
And then I'm just gonna have to eat all the bread and wine. And it'll be hard, but I'll have to eat all the bread and wine.
And to answer your question in the chat, Emma, wine too. You gotta have.
Yeah. Or grape juice. Some people do grape juice.
No.
Not the church I was raised in. They were giving babies wine.
The church I was raised in, we were doing grape juice all the time. And I gotta say, you gotta go wine.
Yeah, wine is best with the.
So if you can drink wine, do it. I'll say that. If you can drink wine, do it.
Yeah, I would say that as well.
That's great. Honestly, we should make that one of the pieces of advice. If you can drink wine, do it.
Right, that's a bonus piece of advice. If during the quarantine you can drink wine safely, do it.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I've asked, since my dry month is up tonight, I've asked Harper to come in. I'm probably going to be in bed by midnight, but I've asked Harper to come in while I'm sleeping with a little eyedropper full of wine and just put it right in my mouth. That's
blessing.
And just so that it's immediately ready.
Yeah, after midnight.
I'm very afraid that if I do that, she'll go like, "Hell, where have I been for the last month?" But who knows?
Yeah, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
So my this looks like 8th tip is a staring contest.
Ooh.
This is great because you can do it with your roommate if you live with somebody. You can do it with them, or you can do it by yourself. Look, you can reutilize a mirror or a still body of water that I talked about earlier, and do a staring contest with yourself. It's probably going to end in a draw.
Yeah.
That way, use
well,
a
my
mirror.
guess is it'll end in a blank.
Hey.
Yeah, I always lose when I'm doing the mirror staring contest. I blink and I look and their eyes are open. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one, but and this is another one of those things. It can last as long as you want. You know what? It can last 1 second, or it can last the whole day.
I love the longevity of it. I love that it's something that really can last.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, you can just do a little staring contest with your inner demons. The abyss. Just really look in,
Hard not to do that one when you're falling asleep, am I right?
Hey, yeah.
I thought Nick was going to do like a sunglasses thing about that. Where are we? What's our next tip? We got a couple more?
Is work on getting your splits. Left, right, and middle.
Wow, all of them. All the above, huh?
You have time. You know what? You can get them. You can get them. You got to I'm sure you could find a video of someone sort of helping you with the stretch, no matter where you are. You just work on them. Just work on them. You can fit in them. And then it's like, once quarantine is over.
And then you're ready.
Then you go out anywhere you are, you can drop into the splits. That's a crowd pleaser.
Everybody loves the splits.
That one to you. That's one of my, I do that. I love to drop into the splits at any given moment. And everyone loves it. Everyone screams. Everyone, begs for my autograph. It's really just like, it's really a selfless act because it brings other people joy.
Yeah.
But I get something from it because I love to make people happy,
Yeah.
And so that one I wanted to share with you guys because I thought, you might want a little taste of what it's like to be me.
Yeah, an active true charity.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of my tips.
Nice.
I think it's a good one. I think it's a classic.
Now, what if I do the splits with my arms?
Doesn't count. Doesn't really get as much of a reaction.
Really? Because sometimes I'll be on the subway and
We've all already got them, I think. We've already got our arm splits.
I struggle,
Oh.
Is it this?
Jerry's almost there, though. You're really
like whenever
you can do it if you work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever I go on the train and I turn on a boombox and I go like this, everybody's freaking out.
Uh-huh.
Wait, we have an audience request to share a tip.
Oh, Abby wants to share a tip?
Yeah.
Sure, of course.
Share a tip. We'll read.
Yeah, absolutely. Please share a tip.
Of course, we love it. We love a shared tip.
This is an open invitation to
Jerry's
anyone.
Gonna sniff my drink now, is what I suspect is happening. Yep.
Anyone in the chat who wants to share a tip, please do. Okay, stack your dishes for drying. This is Abby's tip. Stack your dishes for drying really artfully.
Don't have a drying rack.
And stack them in ways in which everything will fall and break if one piece moves a centimeter.
Okay, that's a really fun tip. That's a great tip. So even if you don't have dominoes, you can sort of build that drama in your life. Even if you don't have a friend that you can play
break the ice.
Jenga
with, you can still get that sort of thing going.
I picked an obscure board game instead of Jenga.
Break the ice.
And I'll say, if you're gonna do this tip, have a plan for how to get the dishes out of this apparatus without all.
And I'm gonna disagree with you there. I think you should just go for it.
Okay.
Start. Don't think about consequences with this one.
who freaking cares?
Okay, great.
Actually, Harper, that is a good point. We live in now a consequence-free society in the quarantine.
That's true. It's like I had a coffee at 9 p.m. yesterday. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, that's true.
That sounds terrible, though. Well, I don't know.
Great. I drank it and it felt like medicine.
That's so good. I gotta get some of this instant coffee so I can make these coffee whips you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's all about it now.
It's called Dalgona coffee. It's a South Korean coffee drink.
People love it, but you have to do the instant coffee.
It has to be the instant coffee.
Because we don't have that. I like nice things.
We gotta get it.
It's absolutely divine. I gotta say, it's great.
Divine.
All right, my next tip.
You skipped me.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, we were talking about the splits.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then we did Abby's tip. Yeah.
My next tip. Is of course.
No, go ahead.
Abby did tag us. Excellent.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah.
Good. Can't wait to see those dishes. I'll look at that later.
My next tip: bake something. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah, good tip.
Yeah, Cassie's been baking cupcakes. I've baked brownies 3 times over the past week and a half.
Wow.
What? From scratch?
No, from the box, but I'm going to scratch next.
Nice.
Next, I'm going to learn how to bake from scratch. What?
Do you like your brownies just no nothing in them? Like, do you put chocolate chips in them? Like, do you like to do like maybe like a sea salt or like a caramel or like?
Well, what I've been doing the past few times is just doing what the box tells me. Just the past 3 times, because I'm like sort of new to baking. I haven't baked a ton in my life.
Those box brownies,
they're just fine. Those will get the job done.
Fucking good as shit.
I would
They've
say,
been absolutely good.
I find non-box brownies a little difficult. I haven't made one in like 8 years.
I like brownies. I would get brownie mix if we had the opportunity to do that.
I'll put those on the list.
It's a good idea. We haven't done any baking at all.
One of the brownies I made was a peanut butter cookie.
Ooh,
AKA a nut butt cook brown. It was absolutely divine. Absolutely divine. Incredible stuff. Okay. And here's what's good about baking things, especially in a home with roommates, is you're instantly the king of the house.
Yeah.
Instantly home royalty and for the next 24 hours, you're buying yourself at least 5 extra being a nuisance points.
Yeah.
You get to write one additional song parody.
You can get away with a little, some of the more annoying quirks that you have if you bake some brownies.
Boy, do I have them.
Huh? You don't have annoying quirks? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I said, boy, do I have them.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Boy, don't we all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
So that's my tip. Bake something.
That's a great tip.
I might take
that
one.
Tip. Yeah.
We haven't done any baking.
We haven't. We need to start.
Of course, we're making all our food, but no baking.
And by the way, folks, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
Wow. But you have to use the shoot. I tried to do it, but I don't know it well enough.
I don't know the words.
No, I don't either. That's why I stopped where I did.
I've been getting into.
Oh, it's never use a messy recipe. That's what happened.
You can't be lazy.
Right.
Incredible.
So good.
Can I do a messy recipe? The cake will end up crazy if you do the cooking by the book.
Okay.
And you'll have a. Yeah.
Nick didn't really continue with the Lil Jon remix, but that's all good. That's probably for the best. Where are we on our final tip?
I think Cassini has a few extra.
I do have a few extras.
Okay, good.
I can just run through those.
No, of course.
So you do your
tip.
10th, and then I'll do my 10th, and then we'll go to your extras.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You mean we're going into a regular segment?
No, that's not what I said.
Your 10th tip.
Are we doing a regular segment?
We didn't really talk about it, but we certainly could. I mean, who knows?
I don't think we need a regular segment unless you
We've been sort of doing regular segment as we move through.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my tip.
Yeah, do it.
Do your tip.
All right, my next tip
For my next tip,
I will make giant motivational posters and place them in every room possible to remind me to keep going.
I like that.
What do you mean keep going? Just like in general?
Yeah, just like, my will to live.
Sure, yeah.
Like I'm thinking of like people who make like posters for like the New York Marathon, like sort of like
red.
Like my daddy runs well. Like I'm putting that in one room.
And then in another room you have a post, my zaddy runs well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sort of like, you are so strong and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
What could hurt about that? Nothing.
Or like, excellent leadership is the key to success or something.
Yeah.
Great. Live in the moment. Every other moment is taken.
Yeah, you can't
Actually,
lead a horse to its wife, but you can make him look.
I think we have a motivational.
We do. Hang on, I'll go get it.
Let me see. I think we actually have a little motivational poster.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one if I remember correctly. Jerry's going for it. I am not 100% sure she knows where.
Where did Cassie and E go? Where is everybody?
I just went to get another beer.
Oh, another beer. See.
I'm on my third beer.
That might not be. We might not be getting that. After all.
Got it. I'll go into my final tip.
Okay.
Hit me.
My final tip is calculate exactly how long this is going to last.
Sure, that's easy.
I actually did this a few days ago. I think I might be off by a few hours, but I think I'm basically right. I'm not going to tell anyone because you got to figure it out for yourself, but I do know when this ends.
Well, that's great. I love that. I feel like I've been trying to pick up little extra hobbies too. Maybe next week we'll do more, but I am really excited just now. I wanted to share with everyone, although I'm realizing it's probably not interesting. I made these ice cubes with my herbs for the first time. Hey. I know it's like a pretty easy thing that I think a lot of people do, but I'd never done it. And what I found is that they've really stayed green. Like they've done like as they've melted out of the ice cubes, they've stayed very fresh and green. Like look at this thyme and this rosemary.
Wow.
Look how fresh they look. They've been in my freezer for a week. I made these last week before the show.
Is it just water and herbs?
Yeah, I just put the herbs in like my ice cube tray. I just literally like shoved them in the tray and then poured water over them and froze them. And
it adds a little infusion into the drink?
Yeah, so I just put it in the cube and then it's also like decorative.
It's so
decorative cute. But yeah, my drink, like as it melts, it just becomes the herbs.
Uh-huh.
It smells like focaccia to me.
It's not. Yeah, it's rosemary and thyme, so it does smell like a chicken breast. But I also made mint ones and stuff like that, so you can like just like, and I put it in with like a little bit of lemon juice and tonic, and it just like made a nice little herby.
Fully loaded. I did find our motivational poster here. Of course, this is very good. It says, "Jump in." Quote, "Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle."
Nice. Oh,
this was actually an incredibly sweet gift from my old boss when I moved to New York.
This is the thing. Here's the thing: is you gotta hustle, okay? And I've always said that.
But it is also,
hustle,
isn't it so good? It's like this is also
it's
like
on canvas.
It's like
to be hung in your office.
It really is. It's like from an office. I don't know what. It's like canvas wrapped around like a wooden frame, like bizarre.
Yeah, you gotta have canvas.
Anyway, love it. As
I
you can see, we've got it out a lot. Not at all.
I've kept it for years. Is the thing.
Well, it's very funny.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so good.
I love it. You know, I actually, Jerry, I did something similar with the ice trays. I found there was a puddle of water in my backyard, that I took a cup of it and there was a bunch of dirt and grass in it, and then I just put that in the freezer um, with a popsicle stick in there. Then a few days later, I had a nice dirt and grass popsicle.
Yum.
Yeah, it tasted amazing.
Ooh. You can also put little bits of fruit in there and make yourself a popsicle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna get into fancy ice cubes during the
Here's
session.
something that I hadn't thought about, but I've been thinking lately.
I've ever heard.
Huh?
That's the most Leo shit I've ever heard.
I think we need to get a blender.
I think an immersion blender is the move.
Jerry's like, okay, yes, but here's a specific type of blender that you've never heard of that I think is the move.
I've been thinking about getting a blender also.
We were, one of my roommates was gifted a blender, a very nice blender, and I gotta say, I love it.
What are the blades diamonds? How nice could a blender be? It's a blender.
Vitamix. There's nice blenders.
There are very nice blenders out there.
It really is a Vitamix.
Yeah, those are like famously nice. Okay, Abby loves the immersion blender. We all love the immersion blender.
Here, I'll show you what it looks like.
I don't know what this is, but you can make smoothies and everything else apparently. So
yeah, that sounds like a blender.
And
you're right though. That is what you do. That's what a blender.
You immerse it instead of putting stuff in it. It's one of those.
Oh, okay. I have seen this. I know what this is, and I've seen this, and that's honestly fine. I don't care.
They take up way less space. You don't have to clean them the same way.
Sure.
Yeah, we need to get an immersion blender. I also,
Abby made mashed cauliflower with an immersion blender tonight.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
That's a vibrator.
It does kind of.
Speaking of, I recently realized I don't have a muddler, and I desperately need one.
Jerry wants a muddler. That's
okay, I'll keep that in
a common refrain.
Sure.
I've just been wandering around our house going, I need a fucking muddler.
I was thinking the other day, because I really wanted waffles, but we don't have a waffle maker.
Oh.
And I realized that waffles are such a powerful food that they're like ubiquitous, but you still need a whole separate thing.
Equipment. Yeah.
You still need like a whole separate thing in order to make them, even though they're like the most popular food.
Yeah. We do have a waffle maker, weirdly.
Do we still have a waffle maker?
I think maybe. I think so.
Yeah, we're just out here, no blender, no toaster, waffle maker.
What do we need a toaster for?
Yeah.
No toaster?
I've been toasting all our bread on the stovetop. I feel like an old prairie lady.
I use a toaster, I think, every single day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how you make your eggs.
Huh. Yeah, with the toast or a bagel.
You just like putting your food in something that you know is a house for bugs, or like what?
Well, you just crack your egg into the toaster, right?
Oh, that's the pro tip.
Speaking of, I distracted us, but Nick, you have one more tip?
I'm out of tips. Cassidy has a few more, I think.
Okay.
I've got all the tips. All right. Should I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Sit down in a spot you haven't sat before.
It's a good tip.
It's interesting, yeah.
Just builds perspective.
Oh, I'm actually kind of doing that right now. Because I got a new chair in the mail today.
What?
I mean, it's just like an office chair. It's just like an office chair.
Yeah,
okay,
we talked.
That's thrilling, though. That's great.
Oh, it's so much more comfortable than how I've been sitting since now I just sort of have to sit at home all day. It's definitely a much better sitting experience.
Yeah, I love that. And you know what? It's like the thing about sitting in a spot you've never sat before is like, I keep thinking about, of myself from like a bird's eye view, from an aerial view. And I'm like, okay, I can really only just go back and forth in these confines, right? So it's like I might as well just like make the most out of it and just sort of I'm laying down in different parts of this space.
Yeah,
really.
You got to do levels.
I'm laying down in the bathroom. I'm laying down on the couch. I'm laying down in my bed. Why not lay down, in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
Did you say you're laying down in the bathroom?
Yeah, in the tub.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. All right.
I sit laying down. Okay, is that what you want me to say, Nick?
I mean, laying down in the bathroom for Nini is about the same as laying down in her room because her bed's it's a tub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think that that's something rich people have? Is lay down toilets? It's like a.
Yeah.
It's like a massage table where there's a hole, but you put your butt on the hole instead of your head.
Uh-huh. No, yeah, that sounds like it would work.
I was imagining it like a water birth.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
No, I did that the other day actually. As I sat in the middle of the road. I'd never sat in the middle of the road before.
You can just do that now.
Yeah, no rules.
Just right.
Yeah,
No
I've done
mask.
that before. I don't know.
Road sitting.
My
Let's
next
take a good
tip.
road sit.
I have 3 more tips.
Okay.
My next tip. Invent a secret handshake.
Hey, folks, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell.
Hit the freaking bell. That way you know when the stream on our internet is bad and it makes us have to restart the stream.
Now, now, Cassini, I want to be sure that we're not condoning unsafe, not social distancing.
Sure. This is like you can, I mean, even just before I was sort of doing a secret handshake with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Which
is also called nicking yourself.
Yeah. I was about to say, is invent a new secret handshake code jacking off?
Yeah.
Always.
Yes.
It would be if we needed to code that, but we just say that one straight on out.
And then we say it again in code.
And then we say it again in, it's sort of a code, more of a fun joke language.
Yeah. You can do this with yourself. You can do this with someone who you live with already, but don't do it with someone. Stay home if you can. You know what I'm saying?
Stay home.
Don't be touching people you don't know. You don't know.
I mean, try not to touch the people that you know, even.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well,
I mean, unless you if you know them really well, it's okay a little bit.
Yeah, if you like touching their holes and stuff, you're allowed to touch them.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean.
No,
of course that's not what I meant, but it's a little.
If you have a whole touching relationship with somebody and you like live with them, then you're allowed to touch them.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree with that.
I wouldn't disagree with it. It's just a way of speaking that I'm not sure is great for the stream.
Dude, we have talked about jacking off.
Yeah, and I am uncomfortable with it. That's the sort of character that I do on the show. I don't understand what's like. I can continue to make the show for us. I'm not actually against it.
Yeah, Harper's uncomfortable, and I've got this friction burn.
Oh boy. All right, Cassidy, what's your next tip?
My next tip sort of relates to a tip earlier. Kick as high as you can.
Right, sounds very similar to the splits ones. Whoop, jeez, Nick. We were about to touch your holes with that one.
You'll be able to kick higher if you're trying to get your splits.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's fun to just.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes it's fun to just kick. I'm finding myself sort of walking around my apartment, sort of twirling, spinning, kicking, throwing my arms around, sort of. Mm-hmm. I'm learning TikTok dances. I'm waving my arms around. I'm shaking my ass. You know that I'm shaking my ass.
Oh yeah, that pulls out.
Which actually leads me into my next tip. Go live on Instagram and shake your ass to Uncle Cracker or Nickelback.
Those are the two groups that you're allowed to use. Those are the two bands.
You can use other bands, but it's like...
Nope, those two.
For me, that's what feels safe, and that's what feels appropriate. It's like, I'm just going to go live. Like, first of all, people are going live left and right.
Oh yeah. Everybody's live all day.
Yeah, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting it. For real.
It's like, I've never seen so many people going fucking live, and it's like, please God, don't let me accidentally click on their live video.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But you might as well, you know,
You can't swing an Elgato.
Yeah.
It's a little sort of a streaming joke for anybody who uses the tech from Elgato. That's a company that makes a lot of sort of streaming technology. It's sort of a joke there about streaming, but also Elgato means cat. So sort of a little pun there, but it's not really for anybody. So let's go back to the tips.
Speaking of cats, I saw 2 cats like right outside my backyard today. They were like right over there.
That sounds really good. I saw the movie Cats for the first time the other night.
Talk about it.
I watched it on with other people in a streaming situation, and I think that is probably the only situation I can imagine watching the movie in.
Yep.
It sure did wash over me. What a film.
Well, it's not meant supposed to be a story so much as like an experience, right?
That's right.
You could say the same thing about our show.
It's an experience. Now, is that the tagline from This Is Us or something?
You can say the same thing about our show, that it's not a story, it's an experience.
It's true.
I would say that about our show.
Well, I would say that the other great thing about our show is that this is what like all TV shows are like now. It's just everybody using their webcams, so it's very funny. That I had been sort of trying to get our tech level up to their point, and then they were like, "No, it's gonna switch though." Yeah.
Well, they all said, you know, let's do the secret handshake mod.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really feel like our influence,
really strong business plan,
sort of.
You know, everybody's streaming now. We've been doing it for years,
years.
And we didn't let no one ever watching stop us.
Yeah.
And now we have this beautiful chat.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the perseverance that really sets us apart, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of perseverance, do we want to call that a show?
I think that's probably about a show. Is that the final tip?
That was my last.
That was the final tip,
and by
everybody.
the way, you can use all these tips in order to accomplish the first tip that I brought up, which is talking to your roommate. You can like talk to your roommates, then do all these activities, then talk to your roommates about doing all the activities. And you can just do that as an endless loop until the quarantine is over.
Yeah.
That's basically what Animal Crossing is.
Yeah, absolutely. We just wrote Animal Crossing.
Oh, Animal Crossing's so good, everybody. Be friends with me on Animal Crossing. Or I mean just on Switch, I guess.
Well, folks.
Yeah, that's the end of the show.
This has been one of the great episodes of Secret Handshake that I can remember.
Absolutely. From the virtual studio, our new virtual studio.
Our virtual studio.
Harper's finally letting me show a bunch of chest hair.
I've always fought against it adamantly in the past. I would do that.
Folks, this has been Secret Handshake. Be sure to hit subscribe. Be sure to smash that goddamn bell.
Ding, ding.
So you get notified every time we go live. Follow us on Twitter, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not? At Live Handshake on Twitter.
I did a couple of great tweets last night.
Oh, and us individually on Twitter as well, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Be sure to do the splits. Be sure to do all our tips and send us videos of you doing our tips.
Yeah, tag it to the Insta.
Sure, yeah.
Tag it to the Insta.
Oh, yeah, everybody, here, we should do this sort of thing. Everybody, show us your arm splits. Show us if you've got your arm splits on Instagram. Hashtag arm splits.
Hashtag arm splits, folks. Do your arm splits on Instagram. Okay, we'll start the arm split challenge.
Maybe arm split challenge. Yeah, that's good too. So it's the arm split challenge, everybody. Can you get your arm splits? We've all got arm splits.
Right there.
Cassiany, I haven't seen you do an arm split yet.
Yeah. Do you not? Are you? Okay.
I just wanted to check.
Beautiful form.
Gorgeous. Whoa. Oh, wow.
Stunning.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Whoa, well beyond the split even. That was like well beyond the sort of the plane that you expect. It went too far.
I have my BFA.
Wow.
Okay.
It's true. It's true.
Oh.
Beyond the Split is going to be the name of the biopic about Cassidy. And with that,
wow. Okay. Twitch.tv/Giant Pearl, because I'm trying to stream more now that I've got all this RAM that I spent money on.
Handshake,
secret handshake.